party and we start. Get my back, I get your back. So let's come together and unite. I'm all happy is all that we have. Yo, let's come together, celebrate. Me, my people, celebrate. Yo, fat people, celebrate. Killer people, celebrate. Parallel people, celebrate. Liberian people, yeah, let's celebrate. Celebration time, yeah, let's celebrate. I want change and come, yeah, let's celebrate. What we've been praying for, and I'm happy for. Liberian people, yeah, let's celebrate. Celebration time, yeah, let's celebrate. I want change and come, yeah, let's celebrate. What we've been praying for, and I'm happy for.
See, we've been suffering so long, we don't want to hold it. Rescue to it, let us see. Walk out to it, let us see. No more segregation, we coming to education. Congratulations to my president and nation. Come on, Liberia, stand. All Liberia, stand. Sweet Liberia, stand.
Big man, stand up. Everybody move, let me see your hands up. We came a long way, so now we can't stop. True for life, not just a fucker on top. We came to show love now to the people. Mr. President, and I think we need a good thing. I down on my knees, also need your inputs. Check my people, you can see the deep sea. Your face, not just a fucker, your face, that's a better to be this. No time to separate.
Now what we stand for,
Big man,
we cannot give up. Now what we stand for, my Liberian people. Now what we stand for, we cannot give up. Liberian people, yeah, let's celebrate. Celebration time, yeah, let's celebrate. I want you to come, yeah, let's celebrate. What we've been praying for, and I'm happy for. My Liberian people, yeah, let's celebrate. Celebration time, yeah, let's celebrate. I want you to come, yeah, let's celebrate. What we've been praying for, I'm happy for.
Liberia, Mama Liberia, I love my country, yeah. I love my area. We got grace, oh yes. We got power, oh yes. We got power, oh yes. Super power.
Liberian people, yeah, let's celebrate. Celebration time, yeah, let's celebrate. I want you to come, yeah, let's celebrate. What we've been praying for, and I'm happy for. My Liberian people, yeah, let's celebrate. Celebration time, yeah, let's celebrate. I want you to come, yeah, let's celebrate. What we've been praying for, and I'm happy for.
To our president, Joseph Yoma Waka, we say congrats. To our vice president, Jeremiah Kwanku, we say congrats. Says Maureen, we say congrats. Says Laura, we say congrats. Amos Waka, we say congrats. DJ Square Production Classic, hey.
Hey. My people, y'all hello. Welcome to the show. Welcome. Friday night. Welcome to the Friday night jam. Welcome to the show. Tonight is fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah. We're gonna talk about the politics, the recap, the fun part of it, and not just the part the recap of the week or stories or happenings, around the world and that in Liberia, but also, sometimes it's good to laugh. And especially when you take a retrospective look of things happenings during the gone election 2023 in Liberia's 2023 elections. It's fun. Some things happen, that were not pleasant, but some things happened that We just get you laughing and laughing and laughing. And so that's why we're here tonight. Wherever you are watching us from, be a part of the show. Not everything you have to be so serious about. Um, I'm going to have to probably start this show tonight with a worship. There's a group in town, gospel artists, in Liberia that normally during the heat of the campaign were out there in the street. You know, all gospel artists in Liberia worshiping and dancing and praising God and stuff. So I think that's the best way to start tonight. So you all can enjoy it before we get into the politics, the happenings of the night, especially what's been happening this week. A lot of confirmations, confirmations, confirmations. And sometimes you want to take away a break away from politics, folks. It's just too much. Government continue to run. Government is continuity, and they continue to run from one piece to another. Somebody is confirming their friend, and they asking their other friend not to ask the hard questions. All of that, it's just friendship. And so I don't think all those confirmations, one will be declined. None will be declined. They all go through. So that's just my take, period. Take it or leave it. Because they're not just betting on a character as in this has a problem. You know, um, we cannot confirm this. Sad enough to live in that kind of society because when you see what just happened here with the United States, Republican and the Democrats trying to impeach the border Homeland Security man, I mean, it's politics, but they play it at a very hardcore level. In Liberia, it's not so well. It's just too friendly. You know that this person who is coming for confirmation is really not capable or qualified for the position, but because of the friendship, the alliances, you let it pass under the radar. And this is why our economy, our country cannot move forward. But that's not my take. But tonight, hey folks, we're going to start with this piece of praise and worship. Here tonight, I'm going to put it on the screen. Join me, have fun with it. The Liberian Association of Gospel Musical Artists, they're going to jam us tonight, folks. They're gonna give us a little bit of fun. Have fun.
When I first hit the ball, they teach all my story. Very well. No more hit the ball. No more. She started to talk all you energy. All my story. That people to the good. That is how you know. You will never ever do. That I'm blessing what I'm blessing. That level what that level. That grace what that grace. That money what that money. Yeah. Great what that great. That level what that level. That money what that money. Dream for me. You can get just the same. You can get just the same. Hallelujah! Somebody shout me glory! Minister of the gospel, our sisters and brothers and our mothers, I want you to put your hands together for the ambassador, the founder and CEO for the miraculous, and she's the president of Alaka. Put your hands together for president, ambassador, miracle. You are doing your big clapping. Liberians are with. The Lord has done for you. You will touch you. What the Lord has done for you. And you don't know.
To December, it is my grace. It is to be loved. What my mama cannot do, that's what you are done. Nobody to take, I am a living testimony. Come and see me, I am a living testimony. What a Lord has done. It's a mountain's Christ, but it's been me today. It's a my money into the blessing. Yeah, Jesus, what you have done, what you have done for me. What my mama did not for me. What he has done for me. What my papa did. What he has done for me. What my take it. What he has done. What my papa did not do for me. One thing I know about the Lord is not like me to love. He's not gonna keep me down, but I hope it will love. They think you just gotta they think you just that's what I'm working on. That's what you are done. I'm going to succeed. Therefore, success is my name. I'm a stranger to failure. I'm sure I want to win now. Those who say I'm gonna make it, just watch me and you will see. Those who feel me with tears, one day I will feed them with words. The Lord will prepare a table in the presence of my enemies. But there is no condition behind the success of the Lord. He never play me while on the feet of the good now. He will never forsake me. He will never leave me nor let me down. His power to pick and choose. Your time is with him. That's what I call him. That's what I call him. Because every time, he said, I will call him. Because he had never I will compare us here. And we must still come up for borders. But God brought back to now. That's what I told him. That's what I told him.
Okay, folks. I hope you guys are having a marvelous time for the past 30 minutes of gospel music. Welcome to the show. I told y'all it's going to be a Friday night jam, politics, gospel, the laughter, whatever happened in the election. A lot of when you look at what happens, and of course, things that took place this week, not just 2023. Um, I'm going to talk about this. Let me bring it on the screen. Folks, this is the current VIP Lounge at the Roberts International Airport. Man, I know you're watching me all the way over there, man. LRB, yeah. Special shout out to you. You come from a different country, so while the people are sleeping, you are still awake because you're on the time. You know yourself. I don't need to call your name, but you know yourself. While the people are asleep, you stay adjusting to time change. I hope you take care of yourself. But this is the current VIP lounge at the Roberts International Airport that was launched, undertaken and launched by President George Weah before he could leave office. This is amazing. This is good. You know, there is a saying that says, "Give flowers to those whom flowers that do, and give them flowers while they are alive." We need more of this. I want the people to be very cognizant that this is George Weah's undertaking. We saw when you look at the other terminal, the main terminal, that was done under the Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf administration. So we gave that to her as well. And if you look at what else is yet to come under the Joseph Dimabwaka administration to make that airport the one and only airport, which is a main hub uh, in a way where flights with leave from New York, Chicago, Dallas, Toronto, straight to Roberts International Airport to fly. We are looking for those days, guys. That's why we're looking for a day like that. So Joseph Nimabwaka will have to deliver. He will have to do his part. He will have to do his own in order for his legacy to remain. So this was the 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 ribbon cutting just right the very week that George Weah had to turn over power. He, his ministers, and colleagues and friends at the Roberts International Airport. So kudos to George Weah for that new VIP lounge where presidents, and this was good just right before the inauguration, where other dignitaries and presidents around the world came through, and that brought some sort of prestige to our nation. If you go to other countries, you travel to other international airports, or in Europe or in Africa, here in the US, it's amazing. So why don't you employ the same resources that you have at your disposal to making sure that your country become the best among the committee of nations? So I'm just here tonight to talk to us, as well as play recap of happenings during the days of elections. Um, that's it, folks. A lot of things happen, my people. A lot of things took place, and one of President Bwaka's signature campaign, the main thing he campaigned on is roads and agriculture. And I really do think because he comes from an agricultural background and understanding the dynamics, the dichotomy between agriculture, farm, and roads, better roads, that will leave his legacy shining forever. If Joseph Walker has every other help, every other money allocated in those two sectors, agriculture and roads, he will be remembered as the best president of Liberia. And being for the fact that that plan is part of his arrest 5 plan, I really do think that he need to focus more on that and not lose focus. But this is what happened. This is the roads. Right now it's dry season in Liberia, but just a few months ago it was rainy season. Few months from now it's going to be rainy season, where he promised that no car will be stuck on any major highway. But that's a challenge because look at this. This was his convoy during the heat of the elections. And if he doesn't understand this well, Liberians are tired of words, mere words. It's time for action. We need more results, more action than just words. If it was words, just words, Liberia would have been the greatest country in the nation right now if we were only dependent on words. But this is Joseph Nima Bwaka in the mud.
We are currently district number 2, Crane Bassa County. The rescue team is here today. Well, here comes the rescued motor vehicle. They can vote. Let us know. What's up before you read that? Cancel. No. But this is the comfort of the rescue number 1, and that's the Joseph Nima Bwaka. Squat to us. Well, this is the vehicle of the ambassador of Joseph Nima Bwaka in district number 2, rescue 1. I'm not saying the rescue model.
So that's it. That's one aspect. If he doesn't know the significance that this will come around, because this happens every year. Every year. Dry season. Once there's dry season, there will come a time for rainy season. If there is a Monday in the week, there is a Tuesday in a week. So it is. Here in the US, there are 4 seasons. Right? If summertime, it's summertime. Fall time, you're going to feel it. It's springtime, you're going to enjoy it. All of those different seasons. But in Liberia, there are only 2 seasons. The rainy season and the dry season. Now they are enjoying the dry season where it's hot, it's humid. Very hot. A lot of people, that's when the mosquitoes party. That's when the mosquitoes enjoy. Because you can't even stand the heat. So you're going to take out almost all your clothes to want to sleep. Naked. And so the mosquitoes will take party of that. So be careful out there, those of you who are traveling to Liberia. So there will come a rainy season. But at this point, this gives the Joseph Nima Bwaka a lot of chance to prepare and begin to work public works. Now that the new public work minister has been confirmed, it is time for him to undertake to get on his job. From what he exemplified during his confirmation hearing, it seems like he's fully aware of what he's supposed to do, of the arrest agenda. And so a lot of tests, a lot will be placed on his shoulders, or is placed on his shoulders, for him to be able to deliver. Mr. Giddens. I'm talking about Minister Giddens. So, folks, that's one aspect. So during the this is Joseph Nima Bwaka talking to us about his experiences, his wife and stuff, being interviewed. Question.
Hi, I'm Joseph Nima Bwaka Senior. This is me. I speak Mende fluently. I speak Creole. I speak. What you want me to teach you?
I am.
And the delegation was Mrs. Bwaka and her.
Right.
They came to beg, and at that time I was attending the university, and I could see that she had a crush on me. I tell you, July 29 will make me 50 years married.
50 years married.
to the same woman,
Remarkable.
yeah, and 40 years in this very house. Yeah. And that's how I met Ellen Johnson Sirleaf,
I heard
because
you
her two children, Charles and Jess, who died, they were at the dorm.
is it safe to say it was as a result of that connection that catapult into you serving as a vice president?
It started a relationship. I never gave them 3 years.
You won't do that. You serve for your
I
whole
didn't give
term.
it to you. I said 1 term.
1 term.
Unless where they reduce the term to 3 years.
Okay.
How do you know the car is a race car if he parked in the garage? It should be put on the racetrack.
You're not afraid to run.
So it means that I was vice president. Vice president role is defined. But when I'm president, you will see who Joe Barker is. I think the first time would be to set an agenda for people to know that this country can become a better country for all by example. That's all I want to do. I never shy away from. I want truth. I will not lie to you, so I tell you, I don't hide from it.
So that's it. Thank you very much to our man out there. But that's it. There's one thing I have to take, 1 or 2 things out of that quick clip right there, right? He has stayed in that one house for over 40 years. 40 years. He said, he and his wife, over 40 years. What do I see from that one statement? Consistency, stability. That's one aspect. Number 1, he is consistent by staying in one house for 40 years, which many of us do not do. Number 2, with his wife for over 40 years. So that in itself, his character speaks volume, right? Number 3, out of that video or clip that I just played, he talked about the race car. Now, well, that is on him now, right? All the talking and saying the race car is packed on the side. Put the race car in the street, then you will see what the race car is able or capable of doing. Now, just like Baka, the Liberian people have decided to put the race car in the street where it is designed to run. And you are that race car. We will watch you. We will hold your feet to fire to making sure that you deliver your promises. That is why we are here as an independent network, right? It's not business as usual, as you said it. We'll hold you. We'll pray for longevity, health, good life, that God will grant that to you. But at the same time, we are here as Liberians to making sure that the race car that you yearn for, the race car that you wanted for, that was parked, that race car is now in charge. Joseph Yamabaka. Run and run wisely. Lead without favoritism. Lead without just, it's my buddy, it's my friendship, blah, 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 this and that. Because once you do that, that begins your failure. Lead by competency and by qualification, as you have said that as an agenda for your administration. So lead, Joseph Newman Bokai. Another area where he talked about in an interview is this piece.
The Liberian people would like to see justice. They like to see ill-gotten wealth restored, or people who got rich overnight to account. I don't think it's a bad thing for you to say, this is what I did and this is what I got out of what I have done. We continue to see a country that is without good roads, children without hope for education, and people are getting rich overnight. I don't think it's a bad thing to ask them to say, how much did you earn within the period and how were you able to get what you have. I think that's what the Liberians would like to see, and that's what I would like to do. From Mr. Weir to power, we were told that rice price was going to come down to $500 a bag. $500 a bag, Liberian dollars, you compute at a rate of 150. Today, rice, they just announced, is over 17 US dollars a bag. And you tell me, for people, most of whom are earning less than $100, I don't know how they can afford that, send their children to school and go. So it is not true that food price has come down. Life is very difficult in Liberia. I live there. Start with what the Liberian people, touching the lives of the small people in agriculture. If 70 to 80% of the people depend on agriculture, I want to start with that, where I worked before, and I know that it was possible that at a time we were importing only about 30% of our staple food. And the potential is there. The soil is there. The farmers are there. All the cooperatives that we had that were working, none of them are functioning. Liberians, even the cocoa and coffee we used to export, there's no market for it. I have gone in the rural community and I've met Liberians. If you want to export your cocoa and coffee, you have to take it to Guinea, because all the marketing channels that were set up, nobody has paid attention to them. We have to start giving the people hope from where they believe and what they know. And I know we are able and we have the potential to at least produce food to feed a country in a reasonable way.
All right, folks. So there you have it. There you have it. There you have it. There you have it. That's one aspect. But funny enough, folks, this is very interesting, right? Let me see. I'm playing around a lot of things in the back here. I'm trying to make sure. So those of you who do not understand, this is the current president of Liberia, President His Excellency Joseph Nyama Boakai, President of the Republic of Liberia, and his Vice President, His Honorable Jeremiah Bankun Sr. Of the Republic of Liberia. Those are the people that are steering the ship of affairs of our nation as we speak. So that's it, folks. For this aspect, when you listen to that, you will listen. When you heard that clip, you realize that this is a man who understands the job, what he's getting himself into, what he got himself into, right? So there's no room for mistakes. There's no room for mistakes because he understands fully well what he has got himself into based on what he's talking about. That the Liberian people understand that the issue that has held us behind is number one, rice, food. We continue to import. And so when you look at all these appointments and that are coming in, just a week ago plus, the media was frenzied talking about Joseph Nyama Boakai is not employing those that have really campaigned for the Unity Party, those that belong to the Unity Party. They are not in government, but now they have. Just this week, we saw a whole list of appointments. A whole list of appointments. Let me see if I can even get to that point, right? Because that's something. That's the party. So all those guys now going to get off Joseph Nyama Boakai back so that they can begin to deliver. Because they now have to deliver. People were not talking about, Mo Ali, Stephen Yekesing, all those guys, they're not getting jobs and all of that, blah, 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 this and that, all kinds of stuff. But that's not concerning me because they ask the main reason here is everybody that is qualified and competent will get a job. What concerns me, and special kudos to the ministers of the security apparatus, especially defense ministry that were confirmed today, all four of them. Um, well, I salute you, gentlemen, and I truly believe that you guys are well capable. You have a very formidable team that is capable of leading the military professionally, especially with the current chief of staff, Davison Follett, and being under the watchful eyes of the defense minister himself. I think you guys are a team. You guys are a solid team. Band of brothers. That's it. You can't leave your brother behind. That's it. And you know that in the military, this military is going to do more. Right? You guys all know what you're doing. So kudos to all of you. The foreign ministry now has a foreign minister. She's a female, Sarah Beslow Nyanti. She has been confirmed as well. She assumed the responsibilities of the foreign ministry, and a whole host of foreign ministries, not foreign ministries, ministerial agencies that were confirmed today by the Senate. So you guys need to get the ball rolling, because number one, if you don't get the ball rolling, this appointment thing is delaying. It's coming out slow. We are counting on you guys on the 100 days where cars cannot be stuck. And what some of us will do as Stock TV Media Network is to take our media entities' vehicles to go as soon the rainy season begins to the areas where there are major roads to test it. If we get stuck, we'll be live. The world will see if the Joseph Numa Boakai administration will live up to its name and promises. So that's one aspect, right? So a lot of things, a lot of appointments, people are happy, some people are not happy. There are a lot of protests going on, with whatever's taking place. Protests going on with appointments, all of that stuff. A lot. But Liberian men say making to all. Because the Liberian thing. Somebody you put your mouth inside, you end up being the fish that they will eat. And that is how bad Liberian politics is. Joseph Numa Boakai is a human being. He's going to fall short because he's a human being. But the expectations are high. He must try to deliver. He must try his very best. And it is our prayer that he should try his very best. Because already he is being criticized by some members of the opposition. Some people has already taken the opposing part, the opposition side. And that's what I'm about to play. That's what I'm about to play because that took place today. And courtesy to our colleagues out there, Spoon Network. So I'm going to play this just maybe for 5 minutes, so you see what's happening under the intellectual centers around the country. This is how politics starts. When new governments comes to play, this is what happens. Right? So let me get that going right here.
Where you can be in Wanjama, you can be in Grand Judah, you will be able to access the network and the broadcast across the country. It's all part of the additional investment from our end. Ghana's 5,000 bottles an hour. That was too small in terms of the economies of scale. We've invested massively. Now it's 25,000 bottles an hour. That's a significant investment. And we also not just drink water anymore, we're adding salt drink. So that's also an additional investment. We also bought over 150 acres of land in the Boison area You heard about the Freeman City, but part of that city, there's also a rock crusher. We want to start that. And up to about 15 to 20,000 people. We went to 50, 55. George Weah came, he added another 15. Today we have about 70,000 people. Government cannot be the largest employer and there be prosperity. Government has to be an enabler of the environment. It doesn't make sense for government to continuously and repeatedly be large. And so what happens? Let's look at the trend. Repeatedly and consistently, when Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was president, don't forget, in 2000, now what happened with Liberia, we got a debt waiver, right? $4 billion went off. So it means not that all of our debts were went off, but a lot of it was went off because not everybody forgave the debt. The major debt for the Paris Club was forgiven, which was about $4 billion. So we're still left with a couple of millions, which are quite small. That debt was ramped up quite fast. Why? Because the government was large, and in order to commit to development projects, what happened? They had to borrow money. So the Banga Road that you're celebrating, money had to be borrowed. So every time you use all of your salary, in order to commit to any project, you have to borrow money. There is no doubt the same trend is continuing. If you say you came to rescue, then our rescue approach must be clear. Today, the government is not even from President Boyka got more advisor than anything else. Today, you got several ministers of states with our portfolio for several reasons. Gentlemen, there's big building right here called Ministry of Finance. Over there, you got Deputy Minister for Administration, Deputy Minister, Assistant Minister for Administration, Director for Administration, Assistant Director for Administration. What in the one administration that you need all the bosses to do? The main reason why taxes are collected in the economy is for you, the people. Taxes are not collected to support the government. That's why we've always said, if you want to change this country, you have to now repurpose our economy, refocus our expenditure curve. And the only way you can do that, you have to be creative. I have always said, and I'm on record, look, you don't need a minister of transport to conduct transportation affairs in this country. You don't. What are the functions of the Ministry of Transport right now? The print driver license, the print license plate, they provide regulation for air travel and all that. That is something you can do through a simple bureau that is not funded by government. You can do that through a private sector infrastructure that creates jobs. Why do we have to spend almost $3 million every year funding a Ministry of Transport? That $3 million can do so much more for the good of Liberia, even if you say you are investing into farming. But when these things are said during the elections period, you don't hear them. You are so saturated with I know that papi and that papi know their papi. And their papi know their papi, so we carry that other man. When they get there now and they turn their back to you, then you come back to see you and you can talk plenty. In the end, George Weah took 6 years. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf took 12 years. 18 years added to your life. Some of you stay on the sea level. Some of you stay comparing nose to eat. But the young people hold the key to elections in our country. And our layout. And the opportunity is not lost. 2029 will be knocking at your door. But are you naming president? Let me tell you what I would have done quickly. Quick, drastic steps and repurpose the resources. Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Those of you who are going to Dubai, we don't have a UAE embassy here that you go to for Dubai. You go to the travel agent, you pay your money, you get your visa, right? During the holiday, we needed to go to Australia. We found out the only embassy they have is all the way in South Africa. Everything about the Australian visa was done online. My family and I went through online, we got the visa, and we went to Australia for our holiday. We didn't have to go to an embassy in Liberia. What is a Liberian ambassador doing in Sierra Leone? We have to get serious. But we're spending millions of US dollars. Money that can rebuild West Point. Money that can rebuild Clarendon. Money that can add so much to you. Even if you're friendly with senators or representatives, that's going to change anything. If you spend the time Barker spent almost 1 month in America looking for what? I want to do a rice business. I will be supplying rice to people who sell cold bowl or restaurant. Then you go and buy about 1,000 bag of rice. With the intention that 1,000 bag of rice will be become within 1 week time. And then every week you will able to get $1 each day. You will get 1,000 profit, particularly. But the issue there is sometimes the people you will distribute the rice on them. How does it the rice will be sold. After the rice have been sold, all the rice, they will say, you know what happened? It's a temple of bringing up. They rarely get, but you know what happened all over the next week, then we'll see the next thing. Then dishonesty comes. Then when you go to the police station with your kids, the police say, hey, everything is beginning to put up a arrest issue. Because your mentality is to see how you can expand. Because you want to give the people the rights. Now, like you talk about digitalization, if I'm distributing the rights, I feel after a particular time, I'll get people in central time. I'll get my shop here, say, this shop here, we just pay about 2,000 bag of rice to the Bureau Cook shop. You pay 2 installments. I just pay 2,000 bag of rice. I said, every time, what you do here is give 25 cents as a salary for yourself weekly. 25 cents will be there for the maintenance of the shop and other things. So the 2,000, then we'll be getting 500 weekly as a salary. But the other 500 that will be there for the maintenance of the shop. Then the $1,000 on rice will be for me as the CEO of the business. When you put the mail and then give the right American, they will say, the other person that came today, there was a money with that, but this is panic on. Then the person will create an issue. So one of the problems we have in Liberia is dishonesty. But I don't want you to answer.
Let me pause this. Let me pause this. It's a 2-hour video right there, and bring my colleague on the show. My man, we got 20 minutes. We can chew it up. We can eat it 20 minutes quick. How you doing, man? You are muted. You are muted.
Hello, how you doing, Sam? I didn't see the link earlier. I was actually watching a game, and I saw the link. I said, "Oh my goodness, I need to jump on this." How are you? Good to be
I'm
here.
doing better, man. Better than I deserve. Better than I deserve.
That's good.
Yeah, but I'm here. I can't wait for the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is.
So, which team you going for? You going West or May America?
I don't know, man, but I don't know. Because I got a team that is very close to me. I think I might probably end up going for them. Because I mean, to say the fight, my team is not in the league. They make it to final. The Cowboys, you know.
Oh, really? You're a Dallas man?
I'm a Cowboy fan, you know. So, you know, look at it. Let me show you.
I actually plan to call you today, but for some reason I just. Oh my goodness.
That's how you know I'm a Cowboy fan.
Yeah, you are truly.
Okay. When I put on the entire suit, you'll be like, what? This guy is relevant.
So you got a whole Dallas paraphernalia.
Yeah, I do.
So how you been?
I'm good. I mean, it's been a long week on and off. I've been under the weather for some reason. So
oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah, it was hard for me to just do broadcasts and stuff. But I've been fighting it to try to do 1 or 2 or whatever. But it is what it is, you know. Sometimes when the seasons are changing, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
The merman say eat the pepper soup.
Yeah, you gotta drink the pepper soup and get the hot thing in your system too.
Yeah, but before we get out of here for the night, man, I don't know whatever's trending, whatever's on your mind, but I wanted us to talk about there are certain things that are very, very crucial. I was going to talk about tonight, which has to do with fire, because this week we witnessed Montserrat Senator Sir Joseph house burned to ashes, gutted, and other properties surrounding properties as well.
Oh
And
wow.
yeah, I think one or two.
I haven't watched it really. I heard it, but I haven't watched it.
And when I look at that, it could not have. There's no way that should have gone that far. There are a lot of things one has to take into play. From my observation, because when an incident occur or a calamity or problem, I'm always trying to look between what is the solution, what is the best solution. That's what I'm thinking. So I've been
Okay.
thinking, it's been bothering my mind, looking at that, especially those of us that have vested interest in Liberia, where the honorable had to be pulled through his window, and if it was not strong men to pull the iron bar, that iron bar that you would put all around the windows, he was gonna die right in the room. He was gonna get, because there's no way he could have gone through the front door or whatever, because fire was all in the way. He didn't want to get burned, but he was gonna get burned into pieces. So thankfully, as God will have it, it was not his time, and these guys, I would say God sent angels, for her. So I'm looking at the construction aspect in Liberia. The reason why almost every house, I've talked about this before, when you build a nice, good home in the country, you will have to put every window or door reinforced with iron bar. In your own home, you feel when you lock all the doors, you feel like you are in a jailhouse because you are afraid of burglary, armed men coming. And that is the essence for people doing that. When we were growing up, it was not like that.
No.
It was not like that. But because of the events that have unfolded during Liberia going through war and not complete rehabilitation done, and crime and the infestations of drugs and stuff like that, it has the crime rate has gone up high at a very high level. So people are building with that security spectrum in their mind. I need to be safe. If I'm not home, my family should be safe. At the same time, we forget that the Liberia Electricity Corporation (LEC) that is coming is not consistent. Almost LEC goes and come 10 times a day, and every time that power is coming, it's coming with a very high voltage.
Yeah.
And so sometimes, if you don't have strong step up, step down, how they call it,
The strong breaker system.
transformers to regulate the electrical flow of the power, the current, it's going to blow not just the equipment, but any other wires that you have could trigger fire. And I mean, we are yet to hear the report of the Liberian National Police and LEC and other technicians in place. But I think that's one issue that may have, caused that. Because as soon, according to what we heard, as soon as electricity came in his neighborhood, that's when fire caught. That's $1 million home plus. That's a lot of
It is
money.
it is
Yeah.
a very sad situation, and I think we talked about it off air the last time a little bit. How people build their houses, they live in cages.
Yeah.
You know, because even normal times, our people build, and the method is they put the iron bar to prevent criminals. But it have gone to the extent where even the doors are reinforced. And I went 2012. I told you I start with my brother, and I mean the fence. You can stand on my shoulder, and nobody will see you from the outside. So why
Uh-huh.
you build a house? Because when you build a house, you want people to see the beauty of your house. But when you pull it behind that massive fence, then you lock yourself from the wall, and
Yeah.
that's how the people.
Yeah.
And the problem is Liberia is why criminal activities or violence have increased since the war, but our justice system has not helped. And I think that's how embolden more criminals and people to do all kind of things. You also talk about the Liberia Electricity Corporation. I have not watched the scene, because sometimes when stuff like that happen, I don't want to go rewatch it and get traumatized. So I have not
Oh, for
taken the
me, I
time to.
don't. I watch through that stuff and I try to find solutions.
Yeah.
And
So
one of the issue is the fire service.
yeah, we don't have a fire service.
Yes, the
Really.
Liberia Fire Service, and sometimes you build a house, you have just a fire extinguisher in your
Yeah.
home.
Hmm.
That's nothing when it
Nothing.
comes
Yeah.
to that kind of fire. You can have two, three, four fire extinguishers in your home. It's not going to help,
No.
right? But the entire country, you want to tell me we only have one fire station?
That's why I say we don't have a fire service,
Trouble.
and
That's
and
trouble.
also
It's very, very troubling because what it's just a piece of you just need to build. This is the common sense, and I hope whoever's watching tonight that is a government official would take this into account if they have direct contact with the president. It's easy. You build a building. You know the town. If it is New Georgia area, put one fire station there. If it is Cinco area, put one fire station.
that's how
If
it's
it in
supposed to be.
Marshall, put one fire station. And then what you do as a government, come in the country, in America, United States of America. Every year in every state, there is what they call state auction.
Yeah. Hmm.
State auctions take place, and in most of these state auctions, they sell these fire trucks.
Yeah. Even police car, all police cars.
Yes, it's
Hmm.
not even really that old. Some of
Yeah.
them because the city is changing a new fleet.
Yeah. Hmm.
Right, because they have the money. They are switching to a new fleet, so they're selling what they have. What we call or used here is new in Liberia or Africa.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It would be useful. So these fire trucks or ambulances come and bid for them here, or negotiate with other foreign government, and then equip those fire stations for safety. That's all I keep thinking. It is that easy to do.
I
And
think the problem.
I hope the city mayor that Joseph Numa Boaka picked will put that under his radar, will implement those kind of things.
Well, it is a national government thing, and I think our people they have a nonchalant behavior when they come to a lot of things. The first thing the city is not laid out, so I hope where Sir Joseph is, even a fire truck, we have fire truck, it could access the place, and also where to get water. Your water system is not working, so that means you got to go to the ocean, you pull the water before you go. But here, every neighborhood, you get what they call fire or water hydrant,
Yeah,
where you can run quickly
yeah,
and get water. So let's say the fire truck came to quell the fire and the water run out, they don't have to drive out of the neighborhood. There is a
thank
fire
you.
hydrant in the neighborhood, they just go there and refuel it. But we
Yeah,
don't have that system. We don't have it. Our country is an old country, but it's so archaic in many things. And our people have, I mean, I followed the discussion this evening. I mean, not this evening, yesterday on Spoon, and they're talking about fire LEC. I mean, how one person make almost 28,000 at the institution in Liberia, and the institution is not producing, and you still want to be maintained over there, and that's the system,
yeah.
and
That's
somebody
the
have to
system.
take some.
That,
Yeah,
that's the
the old
country
man
we
have.
live in.
Yeah, the old man have to because we have this relationship. When this person do something wrong, once they're affiliated with me, we don't take it as the wrong, and that's a bad way to run a country.
One way I was looking at is if the government is not capable of doing it, which I think they are, but maybe it's just prioritization,
Hmm.
not being able to prioritize uh, the agendas. Like the fire station is easy. If they want to privatize it, that's the word.
Hmm.
People like us can take it because I feel like every county, all 15 counties, should have a fire station in all the main cities. And it's not just as a starting point because it's not just that. Like Vonjama, let's take the instance of Vonjama, right?
Hmm.
Vonjama, Lofa, let's say Lofa. Vonjama should have a fire station. But the other counties, the other districts in Lofa should have fire stations too
That's right.
because things are catching on fire. When you watch just in the city, Montserrado alone in the city, just the past 1 or 2 months, almost over 10 houses have burned.
Look at that.
Yeah. And we've been following some of that stuff. We've been covering, Talk TV been covering some of the people's homes and stuff.
Yeah, I've been following your
And then
network.
something happened, another house got it on Duper Road. And look at the last time when the Unity Party chairman, Topper, house caught on fire, somebody, whatever. You know, but I mean, that is important. If this thing can hurt you as a senator, as a minister, and a lawmaker, or whoever you are, put it into place. Put it into practice. You have the law to work on it.
Yeah.
Implement it.
And
if they don't do it, some of us will go over there and establish our own fire hydrants and fireplaces and get trucks from here and put it there. When your house catch on fire, we have to contract with the government. You're going to have to hire us to implement that, to do that.
I mean, that would be a good thing, but I mean, I think it should be government responsibility because not everybody can
the
afford.
Government is not doing it. What you gonna do?
Not every citizen will have that opportunity or have the means to call their own fire truck when there's fire. The first thing Maria needs to be a zone.
No, what I'm saying, if I went to New Georgia, or let's say around the ELWA area or Duper Road, there's no fire station. I can afford it, and I built a nice good fire station, put a fire truck in there, train people, tell the government, I'm here. Since y'all can't do this, y'all gonna have to pay me to render these services to this entire community, because anything that happens within 5 or 10 minutes, I'm showing up to do that. I know very well it's supposed to be government's responsibility, but they don't want to assume that responsibility and implement it.
Oh wow!
So when you send it, when you send that kind of ministry or agency to a private person, you put within, and based on the terms and conditions, they are fully responsible. They will do more and they will bring more. I would think the best option is the government's option, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Since 1902, I can't say 19. Charlie Quinton, you only get one fire station in the whole country. You think the government want to do better?
No.
We look forward for Joseph Numa Bwaka administration to see that there are things done quite in place, because his executive mentioned the fire station we have alone. Let me tell you this. If you remember, recently, Ministry of Finance caught on fire the 3rd floor. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Another one, Ministry of Transport.
Yeah, the whole place. Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
Well, one truck is not even enough. A lot of destruction took place.
Yeah.
And they are right there. They're not far from the fire station, though. But a lot of stuff got burned. So you see, it is this fire thing, this LEC thing is not just private business or private homes or the private citizen. The government is at risk too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we see, I mean, the safety is not just for the citizen, but even to protect government properties.
Yeah.
But and there are so much resources in the country.
So much resources. All these
guys,
they build these houses in thousands of dollars. They furnish these homes very, very nice, but they're not protected because number one, your electricity is not stable. You got your grid connected with LEC. You use your solar, or you got your backup generator, but you're depending on LEC somehow. When LEC come in with 220 and I 110 or 220 power voltage, that's a lot of power.
Yeah, it is a lot of power
to start fire.
Yeah, there's a lot of power.
It's no joke. It will fry you just like that when you touch it. Oh man, I might want to take that. All me I wanted to talk about. Why you on the tape? Why trending?
I mean, what you talk about the fire, I have not watched it, but what you explained is alarming that he had to be pulled from the window or else he was going to die. That's very alarming. And I hate to
burn down to arches.
And I hate to play politics into this, but Sir Joseph is a wealthy guy in Liberia. But you see, when people get into government and they have opportunities, sometimes they forget and think things like these will never happen to them. And I hope this raises some awareness, that he can be a champion, for such a thing in Liberia.
Yeah, and he
Because
stands in the right place too, and a lot
yeah,
of people will
yeah,
follow him, even if he drafts a legislation to push that, because he could have died. He could set that example on himself. He has a lot of examples to set, and I think
yeah.
he will have a lot of his colleagues
Yeah,
backing
people
him
will
up.
support him because Maria, most of the people build a house zinc shacks.
Yeah,
I don't know whether they stay around like that, but you go to
yeah,
West
most of the
Point.
areas, and
Yeah,
some of the
most of the
areas like
areas.
that, burn. You see somebody getting water trying to pull fire off, or
Or
or drop,
bottle of water.
yeah, bottle water or bucket water, or
What I wanted to say, they are lucky they're not using gas. But if you consider the home we use here, they are insulated. Like in my attic, I went there the other day and I told my wife, if God forbid fire come here, this thing is already charged for to burn to dust,
yeah.
because they have all these things they pour over there to keep the place warm, and on top of it, you get gas. So it just inflamed the situation. But you have meals, that you can get out. You have the first thing in Liberia. I don't even know whether they have things like smoke detector in their houses
No,
to
most
warn
houses
you.
don't. Most
So
houses
the
don't.
prop.
If you bury
So
your house, can buy your own smoke detector from here. Get
yeah.
it.
So the fire probably started. I don't know whether they were already asleep and nobody got a warning to say beep 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 beep.
Yeah,
And when they went,
this thing happened after 12 a.m. in the morning, bro. They were
oh
asleep.
wow, they were asleep.
Yeah.
So you know,
When they pulled the man from there, they had to rush him to Cali Hospital, man. The man was
wow,
asleep. Yeah, the man was asleep.
who will have died though?
Oh yeah, yeah. And when he woke up, it was late, because where he wanted to run through the door, no way. Fire said, "Yeah, here I stand. Come on." So
Yeah,
he's
that's
still
a
in there
that.
now, and the boys outside like, the honorable in the house, because his car is in the yard.
Hmm.
Yeah, so they had to get out there and start really, really forcing it and yanking up window by yanking it and yanking it, strong man, and pulling it out. That's the only way they end up pulling it off. And then they
He
pulled him
jumped
out.
through. They pulled him out of there.
Yeah, small thing,
He's
man.
gonna be he's gonna be traumatized for a while because to escape that
Yeah,
kind of thing,
man. We don't
it's a
need
lot
that
of
kind of
trauma.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll come. I
I'm
mean, I
just
hope
happy.
they do.
I'm really,
They,
really just happy that God spared his life. He's alive, to see another day.
yeah, absolutely. Hmm. Sir Joseph, I don't know him personally, but I do have a connection with him. Where my mother from the same village, they're from the same village, my mother and his mother, you know. When I went 2012, I didn't even know that, oh man, give me a big rooster, you
Uh,
know.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
well liked. I mean, he's
Yeah.
done a lot for the people as a senator,
Hmm.
even under George Weah, and that's what got him re-elected. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Especially they
he's
call
a
him
good guy.
Ebola hero, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So, I mean, thank God he survived. But that should be a wake up call. But there are a whole lot of stuff that happened over there. I mean, look at the company that is manning the Western cluster. These gardens are wow, taking iron ore and driving them on the main road. And who cars are they using? They are using Sir Joseph truck.
I mean, I want that JMB on a business. I want he himself to get inside.
He need to take. Yeah, you can't do that. There is no way trucks should be driving in population with iron ore. We saw that order. I used to live looking town. We saw the train coming from Bomba with ore, you know, and even that some of the cars were covered.
The whole
But if
politics, the whole we with Intel politics, and now you want to enter
no,
politics.
but I didn't even know your had show. Yeah, Sylvester. I didn't know your had a show.
The whole week, they do her under the weather.
I talked to him the other day, a few
They do
days,
her
and
be under the weather.
I was thinking to call you today. I just came from Southern to Witness again. I said, let me look at my phone. And when I saw the link. I
Man,
said, oh
they
no, I
done
got
that
it.
is a commitment. Not paying or they're not paying her. I mean, when you get sick, you number one thing, law of prevention, you gotta take care of yourself.
Oh yeah, you got to take care of. Yeah, I hope you're feeling. I hope you're feeling better.
This is part of my therapy. This is part of my therapy right here. Sitting here and talking. Now
Get
why
away.
now why now why I
Get
can push you like this.
get away from the boys and cancel them by yourself.
Yeah, they're home. I'm here all by myself. And they're watching. They're texting me, Daddy, do
Oh,
this.
really?
They can text me. I say, yeah, they texting me. They giving me a hard time while I text it. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's good. I'm glad you're back. So you having show tomorrow?
Yeah, we gotta have a show tomorrow. We have we gotta talk about sports tomorrow, the African Cup of Nation, Talk TV Sports. We're gonna talk about that. And then we'll talk about
I forget. What stage is it in now? Is it
by
finished?
10 o'clock. By 10 o'clock, we're talking about a Kisi show. That will be coming on regularly as we normally do. I don't know. I got to catch up. I got to catch up with that with the African Cup of Nation. But it's been fantastic. I've been seeing some pictures.
Really?
Going crazy. Yeah.
And they're playing Africos.
Yeah. We need to talk about that. Yeah.
That's good. Well, I'll do that tomorrow. You know.
African Cup.
I saw you sent me like 2 messages on my phone. I said, oh, so I click on it. I said, no, I just hop on it.
I mean, you care about me this time, so
no, don't say that.
South Africa.
I'm not going to make any excuses because that would be wrong. I apologize. But basically, sometimes when I come, I tell you, babe, I'm gone. So I really been thinking you'll be having show. So I've been following the network activity. I think they have something in Foya, like a big crusade, right?
Yeah, there is a big crusade
Yeah.
going on. Yeah, that crusade will be ending on Sunday. Liberia for Jesus Evangelistic Ministries from Liberia here in the U.S. and got a couple of people.
Which church is sponsoring that?
This is an international. There's no church.
Really?
It's in conglomeration of all the churches in Liberia.
Interdenominational.
Yeah, interdenominational. And they brought all the churches in Foya, Guinea, Sierra Leone, and even Monrovia, Liberia together.
Oh, wow. That's nice. Yeah. I've been seeing the play with live people over there.
Yeah.
It reminded me about the campaign time. I said, oh, wow. These people.
I know. Yeah.
You see, that's what we need.
It brings about healing.
Yeah, that's what we need.
What took place in that district. It's gonna bring a lot of healing to the district.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of Newmarlin confirmation hearing.
Yeah, Anito, we need to talk about that tomorrow because in the middle of that, I think they stopped the hearing and they postponed it to next week.
Yeah, I think they had a hard section, but I think he's going to be confirmed. He gave the reasoning behind the famous video that is being passing around.
Yeah,
I think his explanation was very reasonable.
Yeah, I thought so too. However, one needs to take into consideration that Ministry of Internal Affairs, it's not just traditional; it's big.
Yeah,
I feel like it is bigger. The only thing I can compare Ministry of Internal Affairs is Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And Ministry of Internal Affairs to me is much bigger than Foreign Affairs because
don't even say about. I mean, Foreign Affairs. I agree with you but we don't have representation in every country.
Right, that's what I'm saying now. That Internal Affairs is bigger than Foreign Affairs because when you screw up around Foreign Affairs, there can be a revolt. People can protest against the government. That's how important that ministry is. So I'm thinking, is the honorable minister prepared and ready for this? Has he done the right pick? Sooner or later we'll find out. We'll know.
And I hope you can, you can invite some other panelists. We can discuss that. I know I texted you the last time. You probably saw my text.
Yeah.
I called Sylvester and I tried to joke him.
It was a little shaky. It was a little shaky. And as an independent network, some of us will look at it, we analyze it like that, irrespective of cultural backgrounds or orientation.
Affiliation, or connection.
From affiliation, we got to look at it objectively. If it was a traditional person from Grand Bassa or from Grand Cape Mount or bummy that was there, what would I say, right?
Mhm.
So that's just me, and that's what I will bring to the plate tomorrow.
That would be very nice. Yeah, I like those kind of,
You gotta
and
look at things objectively.
that's how I do. And I call Sylvester. I even joking. I said, Sylvester, yes, your name is Sylvester Numa. You need to start thinking about changing your last name.
Man, you buy me, man. You buy me.
I said, because I can't hear from this. So, because I asked him, I said, you got forming a local government. The executive marshal, everybody, even, I don't know if you know George Sarr. George Sarr got a position too. I don't know, assistant minister for what, public affairs or all kind of things. So they all creating all these positions in the marshal to surround himself with.
Well,
I
people that
say,
he that, that well, people that he trusts.
oh yeah, I mean that's it. I mean he
People
and
that
he
he
can
trusts, and you
well, you got to work with people that you trust. You got to keep people around you that can protect you. But you got to be careful too, because if you do that, I mean, I hate to bring back Samuel Doe,
yeah.
and you just only listen to these people. You don't
And,
listen to
and,
people
this, and
also.
this is why, and this if that's why you've castigated. That's why you've campaigned against, and you are found doing the same thing. Sometimes you got to be
Oh
very
yeah.
yeah.
So I do have some concern. We work hard here. I'm I'm sorry we didn't get to know one another prior to the election, but I had a team I built here who really work hard, and we want change in Liberia. It's not just any kind of change. We want a real sustainable change to change the direction of the country. We talk even today. I text Mandela to congratulate her. I try to get to those senators, even American. I sent a message the other day. You guys got to make a difference. If
So
you people,
today, Senator, former Honorable Sakila Nimalen was talking about the thing that pushed him to the cliff on a day when he made that statement, and I was able to get a video, go back into in my archive and brought that video up. The day that thing happened, when the helicopter landed in Fuya
for you,
with electoral boxes.
pre-mark, yeah.
Yeah, pre-marked electoral boxes and stuff. Uh, watch this. Watch this. So the guys in the red are EPS guys. The economic freedom fighters. They are the one in the red. So when I tell people, I had my journalist, Talk TV was there hiding too to bring this stuff because we got the info and the intel, right?
Really?
Yeah, we were there. That's why you see the video. Most of the stuff people they had it. So you see the EPS guys coming out, the economic freedom fighters all around the plane. The plane had just landed and stuff to make sure that every box that came in that plane they collect it.
I think that's what pissed Newman off
Yes, yes.
because he had lost his seat So similar nefarious behavior
Yeah,
by
because
Thomas Fowler.
if you watch what took place first, during the first election, a similar plane, the same plane, probably a similar one, came. It was observed. I had an intel. It came to Foya, and that was in the nighttime. It had come the day before election, but it was during the night period. That time. So, and funny enough, Newmarlin lost that first election. And second round now for the presidential, you know, so there were informants and stuff, and playing coming around again the second time, they're like, this is not gonna be something, that people are just gonna let under the radar.
Yeah, take for granted. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He was really pissed. He looked angry, but I hope he learned a lesson from this because sometimes as a leader, you gotta be. I don't know him to be honest. Sam, I hear about him. He looked a little erratic. And if we want to change the transformation of the local government, to be honest, I will tell you he is not the guy.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's your take. That's your opinion. My opinion.
Because the ministry, if they want to localize it, it will need a serious transformation. And are you playing something?
No. Is something playing?
Hold on. Oh yeah, that's me. That's from my computer. Sorry, sorry.
Yeah,
Let me
that's
cut.
you.
That's my computer. Sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
he
But it'll be better
unless
for us.
unless
You're not gonna get under my skin on that one because when it will be the best time, that tomorrow.
yeah. Oh,
When
tomorrow.
you have Sylvester, yeah, because I will
Oh,
bring the people that you can get under their skin with on that one.
bring Sylvester because Sylvester will give all kind of reason, and that's why I called him the other day. I said you need to start thinking about changing your last name because you got somebody. You got
And
somebody.
what gives you and I the leverage is this: you're not worried about political position.
Nah.
I'm not worried about political position. I'm not interested in working government. I'm a business guy, and I'm okay with where I'm at because I always teach here on business talk. Everyone should stay within their lane. God's designed you to stay. Once you work
e-
within your lane, you'll be successful. You'll be happy.
Everybody got their area.
Yes. Now what Sonny God say? Everybody get their era. So I can see someone in government making millions. It doesn't move me or whatever to get into government. It doesn't. Because as long as I'm working in my area, I'm going to be content. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to get the necessary financial that God has destined for me.
Absolutely.
So that does not stop me or negate me to speak the truth when I see the truth. To give my own knowledge, it doesn't matter. That's the importance of opinion. I could see things from a different perspective. You see it from a different perspective. But don't envy me. Don't hate me. Don't jealous me. Don't try to kill me because I spoke against you or I spoke not as you wanted me to speak. That is the difference with African and Liberian politics. As soon as you speak against somebody, or even though the people that person sponsoring or taking care of, they know that the truth you spoke. They all gonna go try to hate you, to say stuff against you simply because you're not speaking in their favor.
Well, I mean, I say that I don't know him, but I mean, saying he became representative, I don't know how many years. What change did he bring to Foyer?
Man, you try to keep biting my mouth. You're not gonna get nothing out
You're
of
not
it.
gonna. Okay, we'll keep it tomorrow for
You
Sylvester. Then
try,
they
you
know him.
trying hard, but you're not gonna get. Listen to
Yeah.
this. Listen to this before we go. Listen to
Mm.
this for our audience.
People ask me many times, why a third
This is by the late Miles Monroe.
You know, people ask me many times, why are third world leaders corrupt? I mean, every country in Africa has leadership problems. Every country in the Caribbean has leadership problems. You know why? It's simple. I figured it out. It's very simple. Why are there so many lack of great leaders in your country among black African people? Or even Mexicans, the Asian people? Why is there such lack of leadership in these formerly oppressed countries? Here's why. Because the oppressor did not do what Jesus said. He made sure you never knew what he knew. Now, these are very interesting people, you know. They're interesting. Here's what they do. They say, okay, we ain't going to teach you nothing that we know. So all we're going to teach you is how to grow cane and cotton. Pick cotton, that's all you have to do. Go get water. That's it. You don't need to know anything else, they say. And so for 294 years, you become an expert cotton picker, an excellent cane cutter. But the problem is, he doesn't teach you how to make the cane into sugar. He doesn't teach you how to turn the cotton into cloth. He keeps that to himself. After a while, you become unruly because you multiply. And so you tell him, there's more of us than you. We're going to kill you if you don't let us go. So he does something very simple. Every single situation is the same. He said, okay, I don't want to fight you. I don't want to fight you. Tell you what, you could have the cotton field and you could have the cane because I don't want to fight you. I'm gone. And he leaves. So here you are. You call yourself free now because you got a cotton field and a cane. The problem is he trained you to wear clothes and to drink tea with sugar. You didn't hear what I just said. That's too deep. He conditioned you to wear his clothes and to drink tea with sugar. And he leaves you with a sugarcane field and a lot of cotton. Sharp guy. They're smart. After a few years, you begin to realize, I can't wear cotton and I can't put cane in tea. So he comes back and he says, what's your problem? You say, look, I can't turn cotton into cloth. He said, okay, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy the cotton from you at my price because you can't use it. So you can't set the price because you can't use it. I'll tell you how much I'm going to buy it from you for. I'll buy the cane, you cut it at my price. So they take it away and they turn it into cloth and sugar. Then they come back to you and they sell you the sugar at their price and the cloth at their price. And here you are now, instead of being directly oppressed, you are economically oppressed. They didn't train you to be producers. And now you thought you were free. So the kind of seminars I have is the seminars that help you learn how to make sugar. The kind of work I do is to teach you how to turn cotton into cloth. So that you become free.
That's a good piece. I'm gonna play it tomorrow too.
I hope so. Yeah.
Very good piece. It's fun. It's
Well, I'll
fun.
keep it. I mean, I hope you can invite people that really know FOIA better than I do. You know, I left FOIA.
Yeah, I'm trying to reach out, especially those who understand who
Yeah,
went through the politics of FOIA.
Sonja, the guy that came the last time, he is one good person. And I think, I don't know Boomba, but he speaks very good Kisi. I don't know how often he knows the district.
They may supposed to know. But right now, he even in Liberia.
Oh, he in Liberia?
He's not gone.
He went to look for a job because I appeared with him to raise money for the campaign.
I mean, I'm looking for a job, man. I'm not looking for no job.
No, I just asked.
No, the man just went to go visit.
That's good. I want to go.
I'm picking a look for a job. I'm picking working here, doing running your own business and stuff. You can't go over there to go work for whatever. Pick here. I'm picking in there. Can't go.
That's good. Yeah, it'll be good for us to talk our own. Some of the areas he has done well. Some of the appointment, and but he's the president. I mean, we can't just say, but I would expect the legislature.
Where the other man coming from? Where the other man coming from, people? Where the other man coming from? We time with the show with. Where you coming from? Where you coming from?
I just working up.
Because you sitting there in Canada, so you just feel like you get out, you pull headphone, you come on the show.
What the hell am I talking in the background? Can see.
So it'll be good to discuss it. I mean, our country is at a crossroad, Ambassador Barker have to get it right.
But what do you guys think, Alexander? What do you guys think so far about the appointments that he's been making? You think he's playing at any level playing field in terms
Who?
of when you compare what happened with George Weah, almost every major money making entity was assigned to the southeast.
Well, I will tell you,
President Parker?
I will tell you this. If anybody have it, give it to me. All these people they are pointing, I want you to, if you have it, send it to me so I can read it. I want to know the term of reference. Here, when you get job in this country, they'll tell you what you're supposed to do on your job. I want to know what is the term of reference of each of those people being appointed. The senior political advisor.
You know what I
The
would
of
do?
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to do so far all the entire list of all the appointees
yes.
and just share it in a chat room with everybody.
Yeah, and see
So we can discuss.
what is your expectations. The minister of finance, we know he manages the country financial system, you know,
Right.
uh, budget, and because the ministry is joined with the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, so you had to factor into the planning aspect of the country where we need to build a new school, where we need to build a hospital, where bridges need to be repaired, even though he worked in consultation with sectors that are responsible. For instance, we talk about a bridge, talk about a school, working concert with the Ministry of Education. So we know a little bit about that, but what are the details? What are the expectations that when they appoint you, they appoint you Director General LBS? What are your expectations? You know, you just go take a job
That
and do what?
Fagon, you want to get on now?
No, I know him personally. I mean, I called him the other night. He didn't answer, but I left him a message. Go and serve. So those are things about. Let me give my brother a chance who just jumped. So he can.
Another thing too, the old man before Fumba comes in, the old man declare his assets to GAC this week, but then I got a problem with that because if we're going to be criticizing George Weah that the assets were declared and then it's closed out, no, the public cannot see it. That's a problem. I think let the public Liberian people see it. Um, that's one.
No, I think the asset will be made public, but when you declare your asset, it has to be verified by the LACC. Whether where you listed is true, I don't know. That's what they are doing, but I think I believe you on that one. They're going to publish it. You know.
Yeah. Of
Okay,
course,
so
they're
we're waiting
gonna
for that, and also
they're
he
gonna
did a
do
drug.
that.
Yeah, also he did a drug test,
Yeah.
per his promise, drug test as well, which we highly recommend, appreciate, and I like the fact that that is gaining traction by a lot of government officials. They are doing that. Uh, the audit system he implemented that
Yeah.
where he told initiated he started on that where he told three for the EPS to be audited, man. That's
Yeah.
good.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
every government institution can be audited.
Every government institution. I mean those that he just earmarked for now is like a forerunner to what is going to happen.
Yeah,
In the
and the
coming
House of
months.
Senate is the House of Representatives is moving fast in that direction too.
Yeah, they have to because we they have just started. According to what the people say, the flight has picked up. So they have to get things settled because when they reach in the air and they set flight, that means the work has started. So everything, the foundation has to be solid. Come what may, uh, uh, we agree that things are happening and people are questioning them, but the government took over on a very rough ground, very rough and raw ground. You understand
Hmm.
me? You agree with me that in order to smoothing that path, it's gonna take some months, if not a year or so, before they can have the gravel and the road. I mean, kind of gravel on the road if not a pavement, then they'll know what to do. Because everything is scattered, man. You know yourself, it's upside down. Everything was upside down. So the expectation that people have, I don't think, you know, I always love what this guy, says, Amara says, we should manage our expectation. And that's the right
Okay, we
thing
can't
to
just
say.
manage our expectation like that.
No,
The
I'm
thing,
coming. The
the thing is,
reason
the
why we
thing
should
is,
manage
the
them
old man
is
understood.
that
He understands the dynamics. He understands what he
I
was
know,
getting
I
himself
know.
into. So
But
don't
he's
don't
doing
tell us
his
say
best.
we will manage our expectation for the next 2-3 months that the price of rice will be high,
No,
that the exchange rate, the foreign currency exchange rate is going to be high. How you
this
expect
thing,
us to manage our
Sam, the issue here is it's governance, right? You have to put administrations into place. Let's assume the appointed Minister of Foreign Affairs or Minister of Public Works or Minister of Finance. He has to stay in the office. He has to collect the data that is, available. Go through everything. It will take him time. He will not just go through it one day. That's a lot of things he has to do in order to put things into place, or else he's gonna make a mistake and people will blame him again. So what we should do, like when I say manage our expectation, is that we're expecting to do a certain things, within 100 years. But within 100 years, if we're expecting to do 100%, we shouldn't, aim for that 100. At least 70, 80 will be fine, because he will fall short, definitely. But at least he will gain something. He will do something. That is a possibility. But if we just keep our imagination running wild and we're expecting to achieve the way our minds are moving, no, we can't work like that. To say one thing and to do it is different thing. You agree with me with that? I mean, you the way you will play how to cook the food and eat it. When
You
it comes
asking
to
me
when
whether
it
I
comes
agree
to
with you, or
when it comes
are
to
you just making a statement?
no, it's
Well, I
it's
mean,
practical. It's practical.
I can't
Okay,
just agree
it's
with you.
applicable. You have to agree with me because that's the fact. All right.
well,
Who's
I mean,
sitting here?
I disagree with some. I think it's taking too long to constitute the government. He won. He took 3 weeks to come to the United States. He went back. He had 2 to 3 weeks before inauguration. I don't know whether they have a vetting process in place. So those who were supposed to be appointed should have just been nominated, should have just been on his list because they will have done the background vetting, which I know it wasn't done.
Yeah, 3 weeks. Three
How
Yeah.
weeks
long
to
does it?
get.
How long does it normally take to set up a government?
I
What's
mean,
the
No, no, no.
government, you
what's the
always go.
example you give it?
No, but look at it. Look at it. Fred, let me
Yeah,
attack this. This is like a veteran who's coming into something that he's already aware of. He knows
yeah,
what he's getting
Yes,
himself into.
yes,
He's not
yes,
coming into it as a novice.
yeah.
He knew what he was coming into. So with me, if I've worked a job before and I know what I'm coming into,
Mhm,
I already have some sort of tentative plans,
yeah.
mhm.
right? Because it was already evident he won the elections.
Yeah,
And he took some time in Liberia. He came here, spent 3 weeks. I think he had enough time to really actually
I
plan
agree.
and know
I
who he's
agree.
gonna pick, handpick,
I
you
agree
know,
with that.
and start
But
rolling out names and stuff. Because
it,
I'm looking at the 100 days that he pledged.
mhm.
100 days, no vehicle stock. But we're gonna take 100 days appointing people.
I agree with your analysis, but the fact remains, uh, the way things went and the way he got into power was not how they started rolling. If the Unity Party had solely won the election, that would have been a different case. Peradventure, I'm not speaking for them and I'm not in their cycle, but I believe they had a tentative, setup already. But due to the new setup of the political structure, wherein other parties had to come in, I believe
Mhm.
some people that were on his original list may have had to give way, to at least provide means and opportunity for the other parties that were coming in, so they will have people in a team. I mean, on a team. So I believe that took away from them, a time they are in their favor. So if they have set up a government already, say in 2 months, and then this amalgamation of political parties came in, and then they had to go back to the drawing board. Just imagine the time that will have taken from them. So they have to go back to the drawing board, sit, and then begin a new vetting process. That will take time. All right. So give and take the time that they had, the advantage they had was taken from them when they didn't win on the first round, and then other parties had to come in to prop them to win. So I believe that took away some time from them. That is my own, thought that I just want to
I disagree with you because first you're trying to make excuses for them, and we shouldn't. Our campaign
I'm
for
not
the
making excuses for
hold
them.
on,
I'm
hold
telling you
on,
that
hold
no,
on. I,
if you say that, then I beg to differ because I'm not making excuses for them. I'm
okay,
telling
go
you
ahead.
that we have
When
to
you
give them
finish, our
time.
when you finish, when I finish, I will come in. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
we have to give them time. I know the time is crucial. I understand that. But if you look at the fact that they had to go back to that drawing board, so what do you give for that? That's my point of emphasis. What do you give them for that? Because
Man,
it wasn't something they
somebody
expected.
say, Leela is saying, my man, say stop giving excuses too.
Yeah, you need to start giving excuses to them. And you're talking about because maybe they built in alliance after the first round, so that is the
My
reason
man,
why they are sluggish with the position. But even after they won the election, the old man came in the state here and sat down here for 3 months. I mean, three weeks. He went by here another 3 weeks. They should have been vetting it. Even he was not in Liberia, constitute a vetting committee, which of course somebody offered to do, and Molu offered to do that for him.
And
But
talking about that, you just brought something about where is Malu?
that's a good question. You know, they
Malu
The
is
kick him
man,
out.
the
there.
man who was there, that's another formidable guy. But now
They, they, they,
I
they,
really would think Malu's
they, they,
supposed to have a position, some
they,
sort of position to get
they,
things
they,
going
they,
robustly.
they keep him on the side because you know. But you see, even what happened in the mansion now. For even like people forgone, we just talk about him, the young guy more Ali than that fought.
Hmm.
Just recently they appointed, and these are you see when you have a party, you know, people that bought into your vision. When you get elected, you bring those people to board because they will help to propagate your mission. You know, I don't know what happened between the party chairman and the appointing power of the presidency. You know, that's a different discussion. But if everything was going smoothly, why is he not in the room? He should be part of the committee to
Yeah,
select ministers.
yeah,
You know, but yes, another conversation we can have regarding that. So those are I think the owner of the country
yeah. But
constitute.
uh-huh.
He have enough time, even with the new alliance he brought on board after the first round. He had enough time to have, you know, the all the government ministry that needed to be appointed. You can take a spreadsheet and see Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Education, minister, all the ministry, land ministry they have. You can already pinpoint who you want to go over there because you know people who are still with you, who are
Right.
loyal to you, who will do your work. So to be taking almost a month to I know the government is always going to be positioned. There are many positions you got to appoint, but strategic position to begin your 100-day deliverable. So
Exactly.
in as
It
much
has to do with that
yeah,
deliverables
yeah, in as much
to get the government going.
I campaign for the election of Boaken, and I thought I would raise money. I was part of the fundraising thing, you know. But I think they're being a little slow,
Yeah,
you know.
because when you look at okay, the president appoints,
Yeah,
and then
the Senate.
this appointee has to go through confirmation,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
there are a lot of confirmations coming in place. So that is going to take time as well. And now, when that confirmation is done, that person that is confirmed, that minister, he or she now has to go to that agency, that ministry, to acquaint himself or herself with the employees of that ministry to get to know how to go about everything, familiarize, have meetings with them, know, come up with a blueprint. All of that takes time, right? To roll out the
Definitely.
plan before the plans start going out. I just feel like, yeah. a lot of that should have taken place.
Yeah, I'm sure
Well,
he probably gonna. We gotta give him some time, but I think it's slow because, like, I mean, I agree that he's an experienced person, so people expected him to come with a plan. The, but hey, I like the step he is taking, but he need to move a little faster. Like the audit, I like he pronounced that. That's something he mentioned during the campaign. And he should go after it. It should not just be limited to the three agencies he mentioned, every sector, every
yeah,
ministry,
every
Ministry
sector,
of
it's
Agriculture,
gonna affect every
yeah,
sector. Yeah.
Ministry of Health, mainly where there is a lot of stealing that can go into that ministry because all the people that are headed the Ministry of Health, they have their own clinic, they have their own drugstore. So
Yeah.
everything that come, that need to be audited, a whole lot of stuff. The NSA needed to be there are credible information that most of the money were funneled through there. And I think that's why he went after
Yeah,
them
the
for
NSA. Yeah, of course. That
yeah, yeah.
information is being,
Hmm.
on the it's been on the ground for quite a bit now,
For
been going around.
so
So
so the old
it's
man need to
necessary.
do. Hmm.
For me,
Go ahead.
the time you mentioned that he came in the States, he came on this side and for me, I believe that time it was necessary. One, he came to lobby. I don't think he came to sit down because we all witnessed, he had to meet, with people, stakeholders and people in the United States, the government, senators and other people. So I believe that 3 week trip is going to pay off. I'm strongly convinced that it's going to pay up. It wasn't a waste. I can say, that because I followed closely when he came. I was in there because I'm in Canada, but I followed closely, and I believe that most of the people he met with are people who have interest in Liberia and want to help the country. So his coming on this side wasn't a waste. And another thing I want to interject here quickly is he's moving slow. Like I said, I will say it again.
But
I agree he's moving slow.
slow but sure, eh?
Slow but sure. Thank you. The Gizzy say, go ahead and that me.
Slow
Anyway,
but
let me not
sure.
speak Gizzy.
He said snail is moving, but the snail is sure.
Slow but sure. We have a
So so
powerful in. They
so
say
say that in Kizzy. Let me land it.
when
Tomorrow,
what?
come tomorrow.
Tomorrow Kang will speak
Yeah,
the
come
Gizzy.
tomorrow.
Nyani wandadi mi abwa go
But
and
look,
folk
I got a
na.
serious question for y'all. Leland is asking a serious question. Let me bring it on the screen
Do
for
you
you guys.
think Francis Jumale internal affairs minister designate should be approved by the Senate? Well, that's a huge
Well,
question, my brother. Anyway,
we'll,
go ahead.
we'll discuss that tomorrow. Come on the show. We'll discuss that tomorrow. Come on the show because
those are party star awards. It's hard to
because I don't know.
Leland, a lot of Leland want to start some kind of warrior.
It's hard to draw a line between those people, But anyway, like you said, tomorrow we handle that elephant. It's gonna be in the room. We'll handle it, kill it, and see.
I don't know him. I don't know him personally, so that's why I told Sam before he came in.
I know Numaling from Foya.
Okay, you know him. Okay.
I was there with Numaling, Philip Atale,
Okay.
way back when my father was the pastor at the Assemblies of God Church there. We were there, we grew up there, went to school there. So I know most of them. Numaling, even the guy who was in the Senate way back, Tengbe,
Yeah, I know Tengbe, yeah.
I know a lot of them. So
I know Tengbe and I interact at Sheraton with the late Eugene Parker.
Yeah, Eugene Parker.
Yeah.
Parker was my classmate.
Yeah, we all went to school together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That.
This is in Numali, right?
That's Numali. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's the confirmation. That's the I think photo of the confirmation he was.
That's the first phase. I don't think it ended, right? I think it was postponed for 1 or 2 reasons.
Yeah, it was postponed to next week. I think from what I saw, and because I think the pro tem had just walked in and they were about to confirm the four ministers of defense.
Okay.
And so they had to postpone, cut his hearing and postpone it to next week. But it was I watched it. You know the way it started, it was a little shaky. You know,
Okay.
and I can't wait for us to talk because for me, as an independent network, y'all can talk all your talk, but when y'all
You got
talk
a clip.
about
You got a clip for that
I will
hearing.
bring the clip. I will bring the video right here so y'all can see it for yourself.
Okay.
Now,
But Senate, can you send me a copy? Let me go through it and see.
I don't want you go do your own research.
I mean, go to Spoon. Go on a Spoon. Go on a Spoon. You will watch it.
Fred, you don't know what happened.
Go to Talk TV Media Network.
The black Spoon in Canada.
Spoon oh really?
In Canada since
yeah, but Talk TV Media Network is not blocked.
I've been trying. I can't get Spoon.
Are you serious?
Stanton even you his entire page, everything.
Even on YouTube.
I've not even gone on YouTube because I think YouTube. No, I don't think YouTube. No, YouTube is an independent. I don't think YouTube would do that. I've not gone on YouTube anyway, but
Talk TV Media blocked
Facebook. I'm telling you, I can't. You know how long I've been trying to get.
I'm talking about Talk TV. Where you at? Where you are right now? Talk TV.
If it's blocked, then I will not be on. If it's blocked, then I will not be on. It's not blocked. No.
Okay.
It's not blocked.
So I will post all the videos, all the hearing information, so for your own research.
But now you're talking. And Susan doing Yabwa to so you know, like I was saying, the papa is slow, but he's show. You know, he's making a tortoise move. You know how they talk?
Yeah, man, I know where man cooking somewhere. Let me move him up the radar. Don't mind that man. That man should be cooking somewhere.
You know,
my man. Listen to this. Listen, right? We here. I spent almost an hour, 30 minutes having fun here by myself and all of you guys just coming in to break into the show when I'm about to get out. So y'all made my show. I was just about to do 1 hour, 30 minutes show. Now we're going over 2 hours. I want y'all to listen to this.
You know, I want to say, I never doubt your idea when it comes to transform this country. But the position you want to go to is a political position. It means that your people should approve of your going there. So you can get all the ideas, all the mouths, and the people, they are not in agreement with you, then that idea is impossible. What I want to say to you is the facts. The Liberia have a traditional way of doing their politicking. If you want to change, you have to get involved. When you get the power, then you change. You say you're not been doing it as usual. Maybe you're not been coming soon, you're not been engaging the people. There are people who engage the people in the last election. There are political parties that are already connected to the people. My advice to you is to build an alliance with them. The idea of the popularity can join and build a team. I don't believe that a composer you be the head of the team. You can go second to the team and you can collaborate with the person and you can build this Liberia. Because one of the major goals from you that I know is to build this country. Your major goal is not for you to be president by all costs, but to see Liberia living a better life. So I can say to you, you have a very firm team in the opposition. I don't know your manifesto of the other people own. You can sit on the table with them and build a team that can defeat the Joseph Boakai, and that dream of transforming this country can come to a world stage. Because I follow all your arguments. and nobody will doubt it. Because you can see the transformation inside. And somebody said, in conclusion, Mr. Co-Chair, if Turkey can build this country, then Liberia is better than America. The application part of it is the most important part. So I want to say to you, we read all your documents and we cannot say that you can do it better, but we want to see you collaborating with people that can help you in the past stage.
Thank you, Mr. Freeman. The name is Charles Mohammed. And
to transform this country, I think I see Liberia more as a country I belong to. A powerful friend outside Liberia said, look, why don't you just partner with any government that come to power? I could be a darling or any president. I don't need to be in the presidential room, and I will get big contracts, I will get different stuff. But every time I travel outside the country, I see what I see in other countries, and I think those things can happen right here. Let's forget about the white man country. What's happening in other countries in Africa, lots of transformation taking place. And I think if we're serious, we can transform our country. The gentleman talked about dishonesty and de-risking the environment. That's Mr. Dankwa. Mr. Dankwa, that's a very practical example. But again, Mr. Dankwa, that's where you have to leverage quite a lot of technology in these controls. So if you set up a cooperative, I'll tell you what we're trying to do right now. We're trying to work with farmers across Liberia. And there is an existing model by the African Development.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, what I will say about him is I think he's just
political leader, Simeon Freeman.
Yeah.
I think he's just looking for attention, because no smart political leader will start criticizing the government that is barely a man old, and you come over there with that. That's not a good political move.
But all of them doing it though.
Yeah,
this guy is a millionaire.
Yeah, you know,
I
don't know him well, but I mean, because
he owns one of the best television or satellite whatever in Liberia.
That's good. I mean, but you don't have to be a president. You can be a businessman. And what is he doing? Are the people having this network? Are the people having? Is he giving it free to people?
No,
he's a businessman. You know. So what I'm saying is, I know you have like the boy Asset Doe on Spoon. I'm sorry, you don't watch Spoon. Already start challenging the old man. Like we talk about the asset declare. Of course, when you declare your asset, it has to be vetted by the agency that you declare the asset to. In as much as I criticize him for being slow, but I think he's taking some strategic move. He's making some strategic move that are very important. This is a 6-year regime, you know, forbidding what happened the last time with the security breach. I hope we'll never have that again. You know, he has 6 years to manage his country. And I think they're going to do well. He can't be worse than we are. And I don't think he's going to even be worse than Ellen. He's going to do better, you know. But what I would have loved for him to do when he won, even though he came abroad, I agree with my brother, his coming to the state was not in vain. He should have set up a vetting team to start vetting some of his people that he wanted to appoint in government. And someone have that already designed, but Liberian politics is something, you know. So I hope I'm not going to listen to Simeon Freeman, because I think that guy that spoke to him told him the right stuff. The people don't like you. To become president in Liberia, you must what? Be acclimated with the people, and the people must say, yes, you are the one. When Cummings went over there with all the things he tried to do, destroy other political party, and he became least.
Yeah.
You know, so what he doing, he destroying himself, because if in 1 or 2 years, Barker start turning the country over, so what he's saying is, I mean, excuse me, we're on national TV, it's just nonsense. You know, you just want to put yourself over there to think you know more. You know, get a man chance. Every good leader in our country, even the Gunglo, the Cummings, you will not see them coming out public to start criticizing. The only people that are creating criticism Even about the fire incident, I saw a statement from the CDC.
Mhm.
They think somebody burned the house. They're trying to kill. Or you got to investigate as a leader, as a major
Yeah,
political leader.
that fire stuff needs to be investigated.
Yeah, I mean, need to be investigated, but it's good to call. But you can't just accuse it. You must have
Yeah,
launch an investigation, have some facts, before you come up.
right.
Simeon Freeman, the man became president, even quite a month, and you already think he's not doing better. You could have done it better, But I'll pass it over to you, Mr. Fumba, so you can give your own assessment. I will not listen to people like that.
They want the
I
monkey to
think
calm
I
down
think
already.
you you you
The
you
monkey, the
you
monkey
just
not even start climbing the tree yet. They want the monkey to calm down.
Yeah,
they say I think you took the word from my mouth. Exactly that. Because for me, I don't give credit to those kind of people. I don't discuss it because if you discuss it, it means you give credit to what he's saying, and
But
that
this
is,
is part of Liberian politics, though.
it's
This
part of
freedom
Liberian
of speech,
politics,
and
sir, but we must
you
chart a
see, he
new
drew a lot
course.
of crowd on under that intellectual center.
We understand that. Anybody can pull a crowd. I can leave from here today and carry a few dollars. I'm not a millionaire though, but I can go to that tire shop on Carey Street, and I can
You
pull a
know, give it
crowd.
to me. Let
Trust
me
me.
say, I'll bring more crowd for you.
Okay? And I can pull more crowd than he has because they got a lot of students in our country, that are taught from Guinea, Sierra Leone, all of those places. The fact of the matter remains, if you give credit to people with to statements or arguments that are not substantive, we create more problem than solution. I'm not saying he's not saying something, but what he's saying there doesn't really hold water. Because, like, my brother said, Mr. Ture, you can't do that. I was telling a friend the other day, quite a week ago, when CDC came out with certain statement about certain appointment, they shouldn't, the Senate should not confirm. I said, hey, you just, got defeated in the election. It is time, if I were a leader of a political party, we will go back, like the tortoise does, go back in the shell, regroup, and take our time. So that when after 1 year, after 6 months, after 12 months, we come out and make a statement, that statement will be tangible.
yeah.
Because we will have something to say. But they may just get bam, then you start saying something. You will end up, people will end up paying attention to you, even if you say the right thing. Every day, oh, y'all come with crocodile catch me. The day will catch you. Nobody will come for you. So they should stop that. Rally around the man and give him the first push. If he doesn't accept and if he doesn't go with it, then you can say, okay, we have suggested this, we have said this, we have said it. I like what some people are doing. That guy, who sent that post on our, in our chat room, that he said the president should do this and the president doing it. The president is doing good thing when liberal. Those are things, because when you say something that is tangible, that means a lot, people will listen to you. And no matter how little it is, or no matter how far you are, or how minute your voice is, people will listen to you. Somebody will take it and run with it. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, Mr. Ture just said it. I mean, for me, it's not something that I would discuss because it's not relevant for now.
No. And
All right, gentlemen, wrap it up.
let us we can give our own perspective as individual citizens, what we like, what we don't like. But at the end of the day, he is the president. I know we talk about slowness of the campaign. The appointment. I will have learned hope by the end of the month, we have all the cabinet, the deputies, and everybody seated so they can start work. Because you remember, he have a promise that in 100 days, and I think there is even a document regarding that is already been published. But you got to have people because the transition process didn't go well. The government didn't cooperate very well with the transition. So there are a lot of things that when someone, they have to go on a job and start doing their own investigation, collecting data, and trying to get themselves acquainted with the institution, the employees, those are there, those are you should elevate. So those are important, and that's what we'll keep saying. But I think he's making strategic move, and let us give him the next 6 months and see where he's going to take the country. But I can tell anybody that He's not going to be like we are. Never. Weah was not a leader. He was just there. Like he said, people brought him there because they wanted to get something. And of course, these people succeeded. I have never seen, even anywhere around the world, even the guy that got deposed in Gambia, not deposed, that he got defeated in election, he left. He came in as a Nuko, but he learned, even though
The door
the
summit.
president, the president, many of us eyes open under, but he learned very fast. When they had national tragedies, he came out and spoke. I mean, just the last one when this incident happened in Toyota, you still president, and he never spoke.
Not
You have inauguration, you have foreign guests that come in, even though they come in, but you invited them because technically the foreign ministry under his leadership invited most of these people, even though they
right.
came to see the new president. But there was a major spectacle, and you leave the country that very day, So
Yeah, he went to visit his son football club. But
You know,
anyway, like that issue, that Toyota issue was something very, strategic. Anyway, it's something that has gone past. But in reference to that, even people came up criticizing the president, the now president, Mr. Barker, that why he had to go there, where he got the money from. Can you be that myopic, and limited in your thinking? People are suffering. Somebody, a state, a leader goes there and identify with the people. Then you ask him where he got the money from.
I mean, sorry to cut you, but I was coming from Colobar, and Colobar have to forgot to know that this man he has a foundation. He's been doing gestures around the country, you know. So don't tell me say, uh, brother Sen, I don't care how much you are broke in Tulsa, nobody can tie you there for 1,000.
No way.
Megan, Tommy Daniel.
Nobody can tie.
No
Nobody
way.
can
Tommy
tie.
Daniel
No
for
way.
1,000 naira.
Nobody can tie you down. I'm sure
No.
you can go somewhere you get them anyway. So that old man, and besides that, I will tell you this because I was part of the fundraising team. We raised a lot of money. They put in use all the money. They bought money, Molo just took it and sent it back to them. So the old man, there was money there. It's not that money was on the ground. I don't want to call it somewhere you, but the money that left over after the campaign is more than what he donated over there. So for people to have been coming, but our politics is sometimes very immature. The young people get on Facebook because they want to say something,
Yeah,
so they got to say something to see how many comments they will get. That make them popular,
popular.
but people like Yeke, tell people Yeke survived 6 years insulting Weir because Weir didn't speak, but he will not survive that under Boakai because the Unity Party have more intellectuals that can deal with him than the CDC has. So I mean, he
Yeah.
trying his luck, but let him go. You know,
And then not only that, even in the very house, right? Well, for Nati Kofa, I have seen a leadership control taking place every time Funati Kofa is in the house where he has a gavel in his hand. There's some sort of decorum
that's good.
that's taking place. There's some sort of control. Because I've watched when he was absent and the deputy, Thomas Fowler, was there. The guys tend to be more rowdy, louder than when Thomas Fowler is there. As in when Fanatikofa is there, there's more maturity and responsiveness, to him, given to him because, and it comes to leadership qualities, as in you in charge, right? It's not just, and that being in charge is not just shutting your comrades down. It's about the points they are making, no matter if they are from the opposition or once the points are valid, you give them that.
Yeah.
Because on a general note, that's something because something happened the other day, right? With at the house there when Thomas Fowler was chairing the hearing of the LTA people, Liberia Telecommunication people, and they went through the data presentation. She spoke a little bit about the entire plan about the 10,000 technology stuff that President Walker talks about. Presentation, how they were going to implement that. So they went through that, and she now had a PowerPoint presentation to make. So she got done with making the PowerPoint presentation, and I felt like in every classroom or everywhere around the world, once you are done with that, you close because it is your PowerPoint. You will be given time to close your final statements.
Yeah.
And that was not given to the lady. As long the PowerPoint was done, the Honorable Thomas Fowler went on the floor, and seditions, are opposing to whatsoever and stuff. And he gave them that opportunity. That's how they shut that whole stuff down and send it to the committee or whatsoever. I'm like, that was not just quite right. That was not professional to me. He could have given her even 2 minutes. Say, if that is all, and there were colleagues from the other side, like Musa ability to say, I will be prepared to vote if you give her the chance to close, which he couldn't. And he squashed it down because he has the gavel in his hand. Funati Kofa was not there. But you can tell the leadership difference. If Funati was there, he was going to say, ma'am, are you done? You have 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Close it.
Yeah. Close it.
That's professional.
Of
I was
course.
like, okay.
The house,
This is
the
how
house is a
actually
place
you
that's
lead.
supposed to be civil. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was just my observation from that day. When I saw that Fanati Kofa is really having a good control of the House of Representatives, just because his rationale, his reasoning with his colleagues and those who are even against, and he's making those decisions, not from the political party stand. So I really do feel that it was a good stand picking Fanati Kofa as the Speaker of the House.
Yeah, because
Because
Sam, at the end of the day, it's Liberia. It's not personal. It's not the political party.
exactly,
It's not the
exactly.
individual.
That's the
It's the
point.
country. So even
Yeah,
if someone from the other side, of the aisle come and say, okay, the person comes and like you say, issue a valid point, contribute an element that will help the country. I think it is only, wise that you give him that opportunity
yeah,
and allow him to say something that I think that will help people. It will give idea, maybe it will give some push to whatever other person, it will contribute to what people are saying or people have already said. But if you squash it down because of politics, like the other time when during the State of the Nation address, they wore berets, the CDC
yeah,
berets.
yeah.
That was bad.
And they forget to realize that the Liberian people are the one that sent all of them over there.
Yeah,
That they all have equal rights, and all that is needed among them is respect and dignity as
respect.
colleagues.
That's all. Everybody
That's
there
it.
equal.
And the
Everybody.
country should come number one because every one of them that were there were voted by the Liberian people, by different constituencies and stuff. I think that's all. Once they get to the point where they realize that these are my colleagues, okay. Even Jay Kuhn, I was defeated by him. You know, you could, yeah, Coon, sit down, Coon, sit down, Coon, sit down, don't talk, Coon. I'm like, this is somebody, you want to beat this guy by 5 votes. That's your colleague, you're been there. Why you so hard? Why you want to beat on a man like that, man? Come on, y'all
I
professionals.
I don't have time to watch those.
He's trying to
But
play
of
a
I
bad
wake
but
up
but
game.
early in the morning hours, that's when the
but
hearing
but
is
but
going on, and
but but
I
of,
try to,
but of course, you know what we have had for the past 6 years with CDC. So I wouldn't be surprised. And
yeah,
Faladen are the zealots. He is not like Thomason, I mean Jefferson Koji, but they are zealot. And you see the politics he took to Lofa, very divisive, and I always support Newman because with the appointment, you know, there will be an indifference in FOIA that we don't understand. Because with what you just showed me before, from back in one with the helicopter and what we are talking in the background, my mother is back there, and some of the things then that were said on radio during the election campaign when I talked to them sometime, and very disturbing. I, lived some of my life in Foya, Fumba. I went to Foya Community. We inaugurated Foya Community School, You know.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Right after the
y-
behind the
yeah,
president house there.
yeah. I was the youngest student in my class in the seventh grade, and I stayed there until I went to the ninth grade. I left, and I came to Maria
Oh.
one day.
You know Charles
Yeah,
Baba?
yeah. That name sounds familiar. It been
Charles Baba,
years.
he was a Club Deconti. He was at Club Deconti. He
Okay,
was the one
yeah. I
running
was there.
Club
That
Deconti.
country, yeah. But
Way back.
Foya have been very rowdy.
Very, very.
And I told you, yeah, when Eugene was there, Eugene would travel and he would call me. I remember one time he went to Kenya, he went right into this Kissy lady. We have the history of the Kissy booking from there. He called
Mhm.
me and we talked a little bit. I spoke to the lady, but Foya have never been like that before. Since CDC came in, it became, you mean, a very interesting place, even when you talk to our folks back there. But that's how our CDC have been. So we have to change the narrative. Sorry, my daughter crashing our show, but we have to change that. The old man gonna do better than what CDC did. He's not gonna be them. He's not gonna be aware. I'm sure he's not gonna open a church and go over there to be insulting his political opponent. And like somebody say like Stanton say on the show today, he's not gonna be flying overnight in Ghana to go sleep with someone.
But you
So
guys gotta
that's
test
it.
them to do something about this thing on this side. Some of us are missing
He,
the show.
he probably don't know. You guys need to call him.
I've been calling. You see my phone?
Real,
If you check my phone, over 500 calls, Stanton.
because we used to get on the fundraiser. Boomba is in Canada, right?
Yeah, during the fundraiser was on, but I think they shut it down around December, coming to the
So
runoff.
are you saying
The Canadian government shut it down or what?
Yes.
wait.
Yeah.
Wait,
Each
are
time
you
you go
saying,
there, they will tell you because of according to Canadian government regulation,
hold on.
this
So are you
news
saying
feed
you
cannot be
continue to
seen.
call? Are you saying you are constantly calling a convicted
I
felon?
stopped calling because I got tired. Now on the Stanton, I sent them emails on their website.
Do
I
you
sent
have
them
any
messages.
relationship with him? So maybe we can have the people tie you down and kind of check you out.
I'm a journalist, so you can come and investigate. Alahon, you
I'm
know my
just
name.
trying to say
You
because
see my name there, right?
once you call that name, the FBI is going to tell you. They're going to check on you. I just want you to be aware of that. This is America, We don't
No,
take
I mean,
anything
we
for
want to
granted.
watch the show, want to contribute, but we don't know why they close it down. So
Well, try YouTube.
I mean,
They
I
got a
see your man.
YouTube channel.
I won't be on live.
I mean, let me shut the show down so we
ID,
can
then you
turn
go
it
look
back.
at it afterwards.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, sometimes I want to
shut
call
the show.
to talk, to at least contribute. But yeah, I just wanted to say one thing before you close down. About FOIA. But anyway, you say we're discussing FOIA tomorrow.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, no problem. Then let's call it a day. All right. Talk to you guys tomorrow, man, by the grace of God. But tomorrow, man, I got back Sunday school preparatory class, so I don't know if I'll be on. But anyway.
You go to church on Saturday?
No, we go for preparatory classes, for service on Sunday. For Sunday school, I mean.
Tranquila people celebrate. Maryland people celebrate. Liberia people, let's celebrate. Celebration time,
Folks, thank you. It's been almost 2 hours 38 minutes on the show tonight with you. Thank you, and special thanks to my colleagues, Fred Tule and Jay Fumba. Welcome. Thank you. Tomorrow, join us here on tomorrow's broadcast. Talk TV Sports tomorrow here. And of course, Talk TV, the regular evening, 10 p.m. Liberian time show, the Kissy broadcast. In between, we will squeeze politics just right before or late in the evening. No matter what, we're here for you because what? You are there for us. Without you, there's no reason we will be here. So thank you. Liberian people, let's celebrate. Let's make Liberia great. Until then, If you are a Spanish man, adios. If you're a French man, au revoir and adieu. If you're an Englishman, thank you and see you tomorrow. If you're a kissing man, balika, nchika shedi.
That's cute. That's cute.